Yeah, man, that young man, he does sound like an old soul, but how can you be an old soul when you're only 20 years old? We got Caleb McLaughlin with us right now, ladies and gentlemen. Caleb, what up?
Hey,
What's
Caleb.
up?
Wait, hold up, man.
How you
Talk
doing?
louder. I
Thank you
can't
for
hear you. Say
having me.
something. Go ahead, go say talk. Mic check it.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
I can hear you
Yes,
now.
sir.
There he is, man. How you
Yes.
doing, young man?
What's up?
How you?
I'm well. How are you guys? Thank you for having me, Sway. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Come on, man. You know Super Mario's family too. I had to have you on. I miss you. You know, it's been a while. I've been looking at your Instagram a whole lot, and just, man, when I look at your Instagram, man, it's never really been a time where I wanted to go back to my teens or my 20s. But when I look at your Instagram, I sometimes go, wow, what would it be like to be in my 20s, my teens or my 20s, and hanging out with Caleb in 2021, man? You seem like you have a lot of freedom in your life. Am I misreading this?
Nah, no, not at all. I feel like my life is pretty good. I grew up on a great foundation, a great family, and I just, I see the world in such a positive way. I always see the light in the world, so I don't think you're misleading. I'm not misleading you at all, not at all.
That's interesting, man. I'm sorry, Tracy. Because I am a parent, and at some point, we got to make a decision, a conscious decision of when are we going to stop interjecting, perhaps as much, and then let your child get out there and get their wings, tinged a little bit from the sun, or let the child go out there and just kind of take the lumps on their own. Like, how much do your parents interject in the decisions you make in your life right now? Like, if you want to go travel, do you got to get permission? If you want to, try different
Oh, move
occupation?
around?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say they didn't let me have that freedom till maybe like a year or two ago. Not that they didn't let me have freedom, but it's just always been structure in my house, and we're a family, so anything that we all do, we just make sure we always make sure we are communicative and we're letting each other know that what we're about to do. But now that I'm like 20, I'm a young man, they're allowing me to have that freedom, and they're not, stopping me from doing anything that I need to do. And also, I keep telling them I need them to trust their parenting, so they don't have to worry about me. Like, parents worry about, like, oh my gosh, will they be able to do it on their own? But I'm like, don't forget, you raised me. You have to trust your parenting. You guys are great parents, so you have to trust what you guys done and what you guys taught me growing up.
I'm writing this down. Go ahead, Tracy. I'm writing this down right now.
Yes. Have faith, because they put so much pressure on themselves. And listen, I get it, Caleb. I guess it's because a lot of parents, their children are an extension of them, literally, but also how the world sees it. So if you get in trouble, it's also the parents getting in trouble. You know what I mean? The same way how your win is also their win. And I think also there feels, how before Gen Z came and there was always a different think piece about millennials and what are they doing here? Why are they like this? Like, everyone was so confused as to this new generation called millennials. And now we see that same type of curiosity and in some ways concerns about Gen Z, because you guys have such a community where you can find, where you don't have to like hang out with the adults. What are some of the hot topics that you and your friends talk about at 20, especially when you're an old soul? Are you guys like having existential like crises at all? Or are you guys like talking about Kanye and Drake reuniting? What are some of those topics like in your group chats?
Honestly, it changes every day because the world that we're exposed to is so broad. Like, back in the day, you guys didn't have social media, so we're exposed to so much. I mean, man, the conversation changes every day, from like 2K to like, the next album that's dropping to anything that the world is kind of thrown off by. It's like everything, it's kind of hard to really say anything specific. If like the people that I'm around, at least we try to talk about like serious things that will help us in the future. We talk about our goals, like our mentals. I always try to, when I'm talking to people, I always try to I always try to receive something from it. I don't like to leave a conversation without learning anything or feeling like I've gotten something from the conversation. So I always try to make sure the conversation is something of substance. But also, I just fool around too. So I'm not gonna act like I'm gonna sound like I'm just this great kid. I'm a cool guy. I'm a good guy. I feel like I am, right? But I mean, I still mess around, talking with my friends about, just funny stuff, anything. But it's kind of hard to find anything specific. Yeah.
I hear you. What was like the last thing that someone taught you, and the last thing that you taught someone else?
Man. What's the last thing that someone taught me? It's definitely something deep. Man. What is it exactly though?
Them Gen Z, they don't be talking about nothing, Tracy. You can't even come up with nothing.
He said every exchange he teaches and he learns. So I'm putting you to the test, Caleb.
He can't come.
I believe you though, because you're talking to mad people all the time. So
yeah, I'm just, man, it's like, dang, I was trying to think, recently, like last week, I kind of lost my family and we lost our cat, and it was a weird situation. It was last Wednesday, and his death was very interesting. It almost seemed like it was a lesson. And it was more like, because that Wednesday, it was last Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
And when he died, it was super sad. The whole household changed. The whole energy of the household changed. But then in my head, I thought like, wow, life isn't bad as bad as we think it is. Life is some things I'm not going to disregard anything that's happening in people's lives or anything. But when something like that happens to you, your whole mood changes, your energy changes, because you're not used to it, because most of the time life is good. Like, you're having a good time. So I was like, wow, life is actually great. You know what I'm saying? Like, this moment right now sucks because I'm not used to it being bad. I'm used to just going the way, like you wake up, you eat, you're having a decent day, a good day. But, like, I just had to sit back and, like, thank God, like, wow, my life is good. But I know, like, my cat just died and everything. I feel, like, horrible. But I just had to sit back and really just thank God about, like, my blessings. And that was, like, a deep thing that I just learned recently.
Give that man a round of applause. He got one. That was deep, I'm sorry about the loss of your cat, man. My first pet, Caleb, was a cat named Tommy.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And so I've always had a special place in my heart for cats. And, ironically, we got one more thing in common with us, brother. Different generations, but we're so much alike. Listen, I want to ask you, we were talking about Iman Shumpert, who just won Dancing with the Stars. And from outside appearances, it looked like he stepped out of his comfort zone to challenge himself, and he came out victorious. And when I listen to you and I'm watching you sing on your Instagram, and I see the new video for Neighborhood, I'm curious, most people know you from acting, and you've done extremely well at acting. How long did it take you to finally make the decision to put out music?
I hopped in the studio about 4 years ago, so it took me a minute, and even before that. But, I came onto the show a couple of years ago because I was promoting New Edition Story. So I always feel that, not always feel, but music has always been in my life, but just pursuing it as a career I hadn't really thought about it until like 4 years ago. But like once I was able to get comfortable in the studio, and I was like, all right, like 2 years ago, that's when I was like, I'm getting comfortable. Let's start making music, my sound, and what I want to talk about, and who is Caleb, But like music has always been a part of me. It's just I needed to get to the point of where I'm at right now.
Did you, when this happens, you're always going to have your naysayers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're switching something. People comfortable seeing you one way. That ain't how you see yourself. And I'm curious, do you pay attention to the comments or the critics, that you're going to get or you probably received? Have you paid attention to that, or how do you cope with that?
Nah, I actually haven't. I have not been I've only seen good stuff, but I never really look in it too much because, I don't allow people to get into my head. I honestly can't cater what if people have bad thoughts about what I want to do in my life, I can't feed into it. I have to keep going. This is what I want to do in my life, in my career. A lot of people aren't used to me singing. but I am used to me singing. I grew up singing in my household. Like, my dad is a trained classical opera singer, and
Wow.
and then also I was on Broadway for 2 years. So it's like maybe they're not used to it, but I can get them used to it. So I'm not gonna look at the negative, like, oh, stick to acting, or I don't know, but like, I've never heard you sing before. I'm not sure if I like your music. I can't feed into that. That's not what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to continue to do what I want to do and what I fell in love with. I fell in love with the art, and I'm gonna continue to do that.
I like it, man. Round of applause, man. Caleb McLaughlin is here.
I love it.
Right? And
What
he's
is-
doing. Oh, go ahead, Tracy.
Are you also writing the majority of your music as well, Caleb?
Oh yeah, I mean, I have the producer I'm working with, Rashad Music. He's helping me a lot. Like, I'm learning the studio. I'm learning how to bring a production together, writing the song and making it make sense. I have a big say so of what I want to say and what beats and music that we're gonna do together. Yeah, so I'm co-writing. I'm helping out a lot, and also there's songs that have been written for me. This is definitely a new world, the studio world, and making music in like the pop, R&B, or neo soul lane. But yeah,
I'm excited for you.
Me too, man. And I'm excited. You're doing it with United Masters, which means you're doing this independently on the United Masters platform. So does that mean you formed your own company, or you have your own team that's working your music, or it's just you?
I have a team that's working with my music. Mario, he's my music manager, and Rashad, and we've all been in the studio together with my dad and everything, and we just doing it independently. Company, maybe that's in the future, but right now we just creating vibes in my sound. Haven't gone that far, but you always got to be. Thank you for letting me know, because I have to be like 10 steps ahead of my thoughts, and so. Yeah, but we haven't thought that far.
Super Mario. Mario is somebody who's been in the business. Matter of fact, give him a round of applause, man. He's instrumental in a lot of careers that's broke. Actually, we were talking about you. We were at the rap party for the Wu-Tang Clan Saga Season 1, I think, and Rich Nice and Mario and I bumped into each other, and and he was telling me you had this music coming out, and he kept saying, I can't wait for you to hear it. Then I see it, and I watch this video for Neighborhood, which is the song that's out right now, Citizens, so make sure you support it. And Tracy, I see my young Caleb, stepping up to the plate, and I kind of like seeing you with young girls, and it look like you out there, and you got some suave. Caleb, you got some suave about you, man. I didn't know that
you
side.
Somebody?
Huh?
Remind you of your younger self?
Demogorgons and riding bikes, they don't know who Caleb is, and I'm introducing them to who that person is. So
okay.
I like it, man. Do you get a chance to date? Like, is it hard for you? I know you're going to say, I'm not thinking about that right now. I'm focused on my career. Yeah, I already know.
I'm not thinking about that right now, because that's what I'm thinking about. That's not. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to focus on my career. I'm going to balance it out. I'm not that guy. But yeah, it's always, yeah. Yeah.
Wow, Caleb.
Damn, he got to get ready for that answer. Hey, bro, let's practice that. Tracy, you try a different angle for him, Tracy. We got to practice that now. Let's do it on there. Go ahead, Tracy. Hit him again from a different angle.
Oh, with the same question, different angle?
Yeah, something. Yeah, try it.
Okay, Caleb, would you say at this point in your life you are fine entertaining some young ladies? Maybe even one lady right now?
I'm a one lady kind of person. But maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm old, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just what it is. Caleb,
you keeping your options open, Caleb? Is that what it is?
My options may be closed right now. That's the thing. But it's open. So I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Hey, but listen, I may be telling the story in my next song. So stay tuned.
Okay, there you go. I like how you wrap that around.
He in a situationship.
My young homie right here, man. We gotta do this interview in person, because I wouldn't let you off the hook so easy. DB, you want to jump in?
Yeah. So Caleb, I wanted to ask about success can be sort of a double-edged sword, and the success of Stranger Things is great, on the one hand, because it's enabled you to, branch out and do other things. It's been successful for you financially in that sort of aspect. But on the same side, eventually the show will end and you're going to have to, continue your career, whether it's in music, whether it's in acting, whether it's both. And so I wanted to ask about, some actors, even though fans love them for, whether it be a huge movie or a huge series that they were a part of, a lot of actors kind of want to get away from that image and not be pigeonholed. So have you been thinking about like, okay, once I'm done with this Stranger Things portion of my life and my career, what's the next step? Do I want to go completely left and do some crazy horror role? Well, not horror, but like a romantic comedy, or do I want to just focus on music for a while? Like where's your head at with that?
I never try to worry about that too much because I don't want to. I never try to have any type of worries or fears because that's how you manifest those worries or fears that you have. But I just try to let God make the decision. I don't try to let how I feel and how I like when I'm creating and my artistic flow. I just try to go with the flow. I don't really try to force anything. And also, I'm doing this music now. Also, a movie that I was just in on Netflix came out this year called Concrete Cowboy. I just did that.
Nice.
So I just try to make sure I'm not trying to like rush out there. Oh, I need to do this and I need to do this movie. I need to do this song. Like I just like if everything's gonna fall in place where it will fall in place where it needs to go. So I'm not gonna rush the process. I'm chilling. You feel me?
Oh, man, I love this guy, man. I wish I had your mind at 20. I was stressed the hell out not knowing what's happening next.
No, I can't stress that. You can't control that.
Well, see, that's
the stuff out the most.
Well, those are the kind of advancements I think we've made as a community and as a society and how we deal with our mental health. So when I was 20, some odd years ago, Caleb, I don't even bother doing the math. It was a lot of tools, and resources that we weren't aware of, that we didn't have access to. Not all of us, at least. And so I love how your mind has developed and the way you think at this age, man. We could learn from you, bro. No matter what age we are, I'm learning from you right now, and I'm very proud of you. And I want to say continued success. I still got the jacket you gifted me. You had no idea what it meant.
I can't fit mine anymore.
It's too small.
I'll take it.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
All right. Look,
I'm so glad you have that jacket.
Absolutely. It's a beautiful jacket, man. The single music video is Neighborhood, Caleb McLaughlin, and he's with us right now. You know him from Stranger Things. By the way, Stranger Things 4 is scheduled to be released on Netflix in mid-2022. But in the meantime, get the song. Caleb, I can't wait to have you come in the studio and do something live with us, all right?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I can't wait.
All right. Anything you want to say in closing?
Do I want to say anything?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for having me. And I hope you guys enjoy Neighborhood and stay tuned to the rest of my music and everything that I have coming soon. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you. Tell your pops I said what up. Tell Mario I said what up, all right? My man.
I will. I got you.
All right. You a citizen.
A Sway in the morning.
Come on, man. I love this kid, man. I'm going to stop saying kid. When I say kid, I mean it from a hip-hop place. You know what I mean?
Okay.